How did it happen that you start to learn Yiddish? When was the first moment when you said, okay, I'm gonna do it?
You know, I'm a little bit of an opportunist with Yiddish. A lot of it just came, you know. I didn't, I wish I had put more effort into it than I did, but okay. It has to do, obviously, with the fact that I'm involved with Yiddish song and Jewish music. Because I'd want to be, briefly, when I realized I'm doing it seriously, and this is what I'm doing, I realized how connected music and language are. And I realized that you have to know the language, at least on some level, to to understand how the music works, to understand the phrasing, the melody, the way it all works out. I joined a youth Jewish theater when I was 14, 15. And what we did in that group was in Russian and in Yiddish. So I started hearing the language in well, our theater director was very interesting.
What was
Carmela Skorik. She was a very special lady, and she stood behind a lot of the rejuvenation of the Jewish community in the 80s in Riga, and Jewish culture, and trying to revive Jewish theater and Yiddish theater. Very interesting woman. Yeah, she passed away about 10 years ago, but so I think like a lot of all things that I do now is because of the things that she was doing then. But then it worked out. There was this class fest in St. Petersburg, and what they did, they would try to gather musicians from different places. So they would send requests to different Jewish communities asking for their musicians to be sent. One year, a girl that also was singing in this group was sent as a singer there. Inna Reichman, her name. And she just saw all these crazy musicians playing all night. And then when she got back, she was like, I need people to do it with in Riga, because nobody was doing really klezmer in Riga. And I was singing some stuff like Yiddish Mama, and they were like, do you want to do that with live music? Because I always had these like stupid synthesizer playbacks to sing with, because this is what I could do. And I was like, yeah, sure, live music is much better. And it was fun, and it took off, and we started doing things. And I've been learning German at school, so I had a feeling like, oh, I can understand stuff here because I can understand the German, I can understand the Slavic, and I kind of always was a little bit of, it felt like it was easy. And things started falling, you know, and I was listening a lot, and I started listening to a lot of different singers, and trying to find maybe older recordings. I had no idea about all the field recordings at the time, right? Like, for me, older recordings were like theater recordings from Paris or whatever, or America, you know, like there are all these like, and I was listening to that. I was listening to how they pronounce things and try to repeat that and copy, and I started developing a sense for how the language works, but because, you know, of the combination of already speaking some German and being a native Russian speaker, it really does help, because like the grammar is somewhere in between. The vocabulary, well, is largely Germanic. So then I had to go with, like, how do I start reading and writing?